Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. I usually start these videos and pretty much play the entire game from a very zoomed out perspective. And I think that's the way that makes sense to do it if you're trying to get all of the information and constantly be integrating what's going on into your understanding of the state of the game world. But I thought it'd be nice to just take a moment here and appreciate the beauty of our colony. I really, really love the way this game looks, and it's good to just take a second and appreciate once in a while. Also, while we're down here, let me remove this book from our hero, because otherwise I am not gonna... We are done with that quest, right? I am absolutely about to forget. You can tell that I'm about to forget. Okay. Let's go ahead, and that's not even the button. Here we go. Let's remove this, and then press apply. We don't have anything else that it makes sense to equip, right? I suppose if we equip the partition of the Forerunner, then units that we build will come out with some experience, and the cost of doing so is completely trivial. And then I guess, while we're down here, we should probably just equip some weapons. What if we got attacked or something? It's probably a good idea to have something on. So I think we'll just go for basic tier 1 dust everything. So do we want to be spear or one-handed hammer? Or I'm allowed to use two-handed hammers. So the two-handed hammer obviously hits harder, and it has the stun 4 capacity, while the one-handed hammer only has stun 3, which is just a 10% lower chance for the stun to occur. If we were going to get attacked, who would it be by? Green, probably? Green's not going to have a ton of ranged units necessarily. We might be better off with just a great big hammer, just the most hammer. And then this is better than the chest piece that we have access to otherwise, right? Tier 1 dust chest. Oh, actually, this completely replaces the existence of the tier 1 dust chest, it looks like. It's not even here. Alright. We'll do that, and then I'll throw... Probably it'd be a good idea to give you... I don't actually know whether Army Commander stat boosts apply to the garrison. Army Commander stat boosts on the Governor apply to the garrison. They probably do, right? I think that would make sense. Alright, there you go. You're all ready for battle, should that be a thing that needs to occur. So we're now producing 765 food per turn with no food focus, which is pretty solid. Could be higher, but we'll get there. Okay, so I was advised that... How do I do this? How do I look at the Irkin panel? Here we go. So yeah, only 2 of the Irkins spawned. The other one is over here, and it belongs to a friend, and it's not too likely that it ever becomes available to us. So yeah, only 2 of the Irkins ever spawned because we did not... There was not a free space for the third one to show up in. My guess is that probably an Irkin will not spawn in an unoccupied region that already contains another Irkin. So maybe we need to get you... Am I allowed to just load you into a boat? Yeah, it looks like it. Maybe if we just put this Irkin out into one of our sea regions, then we'll be allowed to... The third one will show up and we can take it over. That would be pretty handy. Because otherwise, our faction quest is well and truly stuck. It's not the place I want to be in. So we know that our intended empire plan is not really that expensive, right? This is all we actually need. So this leaves us... We could do this thing, obviously 25% dust, a little bit more... This says trade route bonus. It doesn't specify dust or science. I'm going to assume that it probably affects both, although the fact that the words are dust colored might be implying that it only applies to the dust part. And wow, we are at this point bringing in a pretty considerable amount of trade routes, or a pretty considerable amount of stuff via trade. The income generated by cities of yours crossed by trade routes without being at the origin or destination of these. I don't think I realized that there was pass-through income. I mean, I guess I knew that about ocean regions. Maybe this is just applying to the ocean regions. I don't know. The important thing is that's a lot of money in science, especially science, that we are making without actually putting any effort into it, which rules. So I guess let's just go ahead and hit the thing here and hope that the other Urkin will spawn. Because if not, we need to try to get this Urkin away from blue, and I don't know how we would do that. I don't know if there is a friendly way to borrow an Urkin. So like I said, we're gonna load this Urkin into a boat, and then we're gonna Are you settlers? Are you a ship? Okay. We will have to watch for settlers heading to this region and trying to take it over. Because obviously, first of all, I don't need the other players getting any more powerful, and secondly, that would be bad for my plan. And yeah, I don't think it really matters where exactly we put you in the water. I do want to make sure we get you to orange space as quickly as possible, out of the unoccupied space. Not that we're going to get attacked or anything, because remember, we are at peace with everybody. Okay, I assume you were headed here. Oh yeah, this is Captain Piku's horde, right, of course. Hooray, we did it. We've received another very good one-handed sword. It turns out there's a lot of those in the game. And then this ruin also refreshed from... Okay, cool. From Endless Mechanisms. So I suppose I do have a question here. Is that sword better than the one that we have equipped right now? Because we do have the mithrite necessary to re-equip if we wanted to. 89 plus 40% attack is... It's a small upgrade. 55 plus 20% damage against 64 plus 20%. So it's a small enough difference that I don't want to spend 12 mithrite on it, I think. Although actually, looking at the rest of your gear... Well, it's tier 3 iron. It's not like it's bad. We could definitely use, though... Oh, and the game just suddenly minimized. Okay, there we go. Oh, the Wild Urkin's Guidebook. I did not realize that the item turned into... I probably just clicked right past a thing. Well, we should definitely equip this on our hero in the city immediately. But what I want is, yeah, army health boost. You know, sometimes I think I know what a dialogue box is going to say in it, and so I don't actually read it. So we need one additional adamantium, which I'm sure... Wow, okay. Perhaps I should not have been so cocky. We were just barely able to do that. And we can replace the personal health gain. Yeah, that's a pretty good guidebook. We are now getting 10 influence per person working influence in the capital. That's pretty phenomenal. I'm way into it. Okay, so running around getting ruins and stuff. Where exactly are all of the ruins that we have left to search? So there's one up there. We probably want to head down through blue territory. And there's an awful lot of like lilac troops in blue territory. I assume because they are together pushing brown, right? Like they're not fighting each other, are they? No. Or sorry, they're together. They were fighting purple. It's just that purple almost doesn't exist anymore. Wow, they've done a very efficient job of that. Well, let us take this as evidence of what happens when you upset a coalition of high-level AIs. You do not want to get involved in that kind of nonsense. So a lot of these are not... Oh, I didn't search that the second time, because I forgot that we had not searched it post... we had not searched it post Endless Mechanisms. Alright, so our army no longer gets slowed down in winter, and then if we take another point of this for some reason, it gives plus 20% defense on the hero. I don't know why those two effects are grouped together in the same skill. But yeah, we definitely do want to actually get this. This is my bad. That's going to slow us down a little. You know, maybe we want to run west from here first anyway. Oh. No, I did search it. It's just that bug. Look at me not trusting myself. Alright, well let's go search some more ruins then. There's still so many more things to find. And we need to start figuring out how we're going to make deals with other players for the rest of these diplomatic points. Because we're a long way off yet. What new idiocy is sweeping across your territories? Some leader of outlaws has decided, religious leader, okay, I think we saw this. Go to the first ruin and defeat their defending, oh, okay, well. I mean, I guess that's not so bad. We do have a teleportation effect that will get us there. Let me grab this, and I suppose we'll just turn around. This stuff will all be here later. Oh, what is this lit up for? This is lit up for the quest Thunder Below. Which is this one. Deposit 15 spices in here to fight some Urkin lice. Apparently, we've had this quest for a very long time. I mean, how much would it be to buy 15 spices? Is that a thing we can do? It is not. Well, then I guess back to the teleporter. Man. Decent roads plus endless mechanisms. Like, you go anywhere you want. I would say it's very important to not underestimate the power of good logistics in this way. Like, it really is. It is a big deal to have this kind of freedom. Alright, so we just gotta run up and hit that. So, let's talk about the number of points that we are missing. We are currently diplomatic points at 1,105. In order to win the game, we need 3,250. So, we're going to have to generate somewhere in the neighborhood, probably, of 2,000 diplomatic points by spending influence. Again, I believe the conversion rate is you get 1 diplomatic point for every 5 influence that you spend on a deal that another player accepts. So we're going to have to pay out 10,000-ish influence in deals in order to get what we need. And then we're going to have to wait for it all to flow out of the buffer, which takes some time. What are the exact mechanics of the buffer here? No, that's just a definition of diplomatic points. Okay. I don't remember exactly what the deal is with the rate that they come out of the buffer. But basically, the important point is we don't want to try to get them all at once. We want to get the diplomatic points as early as possible so that they have time to flow out. So who's going to do fun deals with us? You and I are good friends. You and I are blood brothers. Do you have anything that I would like? So technologies are a good way of spending a lot of points quickly. You can see material terms are not very effective, and they don't go up in cost as you add more of them. So we could do some tech trading. Cities, of course, are always good, but you can only trade 1 city off of each player per game, I believe. So if we take low-value technologies, all technologies have the same influence cost. So if we take a couple of low-value technologies here, we can make a pretty expensive overall deal. Where am I at on this? So in 2 turns, we're going to finish Isolation Sciences. That's going to move us into Era 5. And then... yeah, okay. So the cost of your technologies is in part based on the number of technologies you have. So as we take stuff here, it is going to increase. I think it increases the cost of Isolation Sciences too. Anything you haven't finished. I don't really want to add a turn to this, but I guess if I was really desperate, we could just move people onto science and get it done very quickly. So aquapulvistics would be okay for us. We have a fair amount of coastal technology now, or coastal tiles now. He really doesn't value advanced alloys or advanced armor, and I can't say that I blame him. Sewer district is not any good for us. Yeah, we probably want to take both of these again, just because we're trying to make this deal as expensive as possible. And you can see as we put more text on the table, price goes up and up and up. Sewer system is none value for us. Native district at least gives me something. We can make some use of native district. It's not going to be great, but... so yeah, buying a lot of technology off of our friend here is probably a pretty good way to do this. So this is slightly positive. If I also wanted native district, what would we have to do to make that work? Let's see. I mean, obviously, values the mithrite very highly. He likes the dust orchid a lot. I get that. I can see why that would be the case. And because we're allied with blue, if blue wins the game, we also win the game. So we don't have to be too cautious here. There is, of course, the possibility, and it is worth noting, that blue could just break our alliance right as they're about to win. If they decide they want to go it alone, basically out of spite. I don't think it's likely to happen, but it is a thing. Like, you cannot necessarily trust a shared victory, is the point I'm making. So let's be cautious. Let's be on the way ourselves. But here's like almost a tenth of what we need to spend. Can we get more? Buyout stuff's good. I'm just like, again, I'm thinking we want to make this deal as big as possible. We want to try to get as many diplomatic points as possible and have as many of these terms on the table at once as we can. I'm going to give you all the blood crystals. I'll give you all this grass silk. I don't need all this grass silk. You can have all my gold. Okay, you value the emeralds. I don't have to give you all of the emeralds. But if I do give you all the emeralds, then I can keep some of the other stuff, which I probably actually do want to do. You know, I like having the gold booster myself. Okay, here's a bunch of technologies we don't necessarily want, but that will at least give us technological progress, and then also 900 influence worth of deal. Okay, so you can see we put 66 diplomatic points in the buffer there. 30 of them are coming out. Wait, is that... If we spent about 900, we would expect that to be at 5 influence per point. We'd expect that to be about 180. So maybe I have the numbers wrong. Maybe it's a tenth. Right? Because this is... I mean, I don't know if this should be read that there are 96 points in the buffer, 66 that will stay and 30 that will come out, or if that's a total of 66 points. But either way, that's bad news. We're going to need to generate a lot of influence. And it did, in fact, add a turn to Isolation Sciences. Well, you know what? I feel pretty strongly about Isolation Sciences. Let's get that done. That's a food tech. I like my food techs. Alright, Blue, don't you dare try to settle my region. So we'll just run the Urkin out here for like a turn or two. And if the other Urkin doesn't spawn, then we will reclaim this with our Urkin and just give up on our faction quest. It's not super likely that we were going to be able to win the game with it anyway, because, like, you know, we're very behind. Uh-oh. That's a victory notification. I have concerns. Oh, the hitching. Oh, the hitching while the game tries to process everybody's actions at the beginning of the turn. I wonder if Blue just got endless mechanisms. Oh no, an enemy army. Whatever shall we do? Oh, weird. Weird. It's 3 different factions militia. What a strange thing. Go to the second ruin and defeat the defending army. That's the same ruin, but okay. Now, unfortunately, they're going to have to attack me because I don't have an action point left. This may be a thing we have to do at the beginning of next turn. Okay, so that was the Mizari finishing the first victory tech. We knew that was coming, right? Okay, purple's out, which obviously removes the black spot from them and also lowers our diplomatic point income per turn. Oh, hey, this one has a Kasai involved in it. This is a roving clans unit. I mean, obviously, we still trivially defeat them. It looks like our hero's taking some fire, though. Go to the third ruin. And wow, okay, the rewards are starting to get pretty good. Is it the same? It is the same ruin. Okay. I'll do it. You convinced me. I believe we are getting XP for searching this ruin over and over again, in addition to the battle XP, so this is working out pretty well. Okay, this is starting to get a little bit more real. We probably want to manual this one, just to make sure. So, a Kasai, 2 Ateshi Zealots. These are proper magicians. None of our Ipitanes have taken even a single hit here. So we'll get on that in a second. Hold on, let's do any other things we were planning on doing first. That is, in fact, a settler. Blue was ready. The instant a new region showed up, they were like, I got it. Okay, so I feel like I cannot safely move. We're going to hang out right here. The intention of just pulling up there. How much movement do you have? 3? Okay, so we got like a turn or 2 to sit and wait for the other Urkin to spawn. Here's hoping. My guess is that it is not going to occur. I think that's probably where we're at. And then you, I guess, yeah, we'll grab this one and then we'll swing through all of these. So got ourselves a bunch of die. We definitely have a die booster running already. Oh yeah, we do have this. Do I want to grab... We don't need the happiness. We don't really need more combat stats, especially a single village worth of combat stats. So I guess I'm going to spend 100 influence to gain plus 5% dust. It's not awesome, but I do think it's more valuable to us than 100 influence at this point. All right, let's do this. I'm going to be so embarrassed if we lose. Okay. We have big initiative advantage. That matters a lot. They've done a pretty good job of protecting their ranged across the bottleneck, though, and there's not really a lot I can do about that. Yeah, this is just going to be a little awkward. So we have 82 damage on 92 attack. We're going to be hitting for probably half a lot, given the defense values of these units. Or honestly, maybe less even. But 9S is very powerful. He knows what he's doing. Alright. So I'm going to have you... Let's see, you're first. I probably don't want to move you forward. I'm trying to figure out, like, how do I want to control our attack surface? As things are right now, they can get 4 militia in on 9S. And I think, although this is maybe a little counterintuitive, I would rather just put one of my ranged adjacent to limit the number of things that can attack my actual combat hero. That means you are safe to move to here, and you probably should. Oh, clicked outside the battle. You are absolutely just going to have at the dude in the middle. You should run to there. I'm going to try to form a ball in the corner here as tight as possible to make sure we're maximizing our... make sure that we are maximizing our friendly unit influence, or our friendly unit morale. So this space is going to be available. That'll be full, that'll be full. So I guess your plan is to move here? Yeah, we'll try it like that. I am worried that we're not gonna bring these things down fast enough to stop them from killing our hero, though, and once our hero is down, it's gonna get a little ugly. Oh, I didn't control correctly for how much damage the hero was gonna do. I thought that dude was gonna survive for a little while longer. I'm actually pretty happy with the way this is gonna spread the damage out, though, because I really do think it's high value to keep our hero alive for as long as possible. So the Ateshi Zealots have this cool AoE rain attack. They're actually super neat. The Ardent Mages are very, very cool. We will definitely play them soon. Probably they are next. Okay, so this thing only has 76 defense. We're going to get our real attack, our real damage values off against that, so probably one shot's going to be enough. You two should focus on the other one, which probably will not quite kill it. The hero doesn't need to attack this militia. I'm going to have the hero run over and attack this one. You, I would love it if you would also pressure this guy. And there are dust blizzards on land here that give bonus defense, so we should probably shift our shape upward to try to take advantage of those as much as we can. you are probably not going to have a great spot to move to. I guess try to do this. We'll have 2 people assigned to attack that guy, which I hope will be enough to bring him down before his turn. Here, we'll try it like this. Okay, I figured that would be good enough, but I did want to throw 1 extra person on that just in case of a bad roll. Ah, it's very unfortunate. I was hoping for 2 halves, not a 0. Just a tiny 425 damage. No big deal. Okay, so we definitely want you to engage that guy, and everybody else should engage up here. And I think we probably don't need to make it too much more explicit than that. Our unit's ability to make bad decisions is dwindling as there are fewer and fewer things on the table. Alright, our hero stayed alive, I would say, probably about exactly as long as he needed to there. So I'm really pleased with the way that battle went. And like you can see, the morale makes such a difference. If you manage your morale well, your units perform so differently. The difference is really enormous. So do we want to grab total winter immunity? We probably don't need it, right? We have immunity to attribute and movement reduction already, so yeah, that's fine. There are some other things that could come with the winter, like sometimes one of the winter effects lowers the morale of units during winter, and so Cold Operator would give you immunity to that while this doesn't. Is there anything in the other... Okay, Woodland Stride is cool. It allows you to ignore movement penalties for like moving through forests and stuff, but also if a forest has a road built through it, that works the same way, so it's probably not worth worrying about. Plus 10% attack on all of the units. This gives you bonus damage against Urkins, which, I mean, you can probably guess based on like Infantry Slayer and Range Slayer about what level of damage that is. I think let's just take some bonus defense on our units. All right, is the last one going to be fight people at that same ruin again? It is. Okay. I'm gonna just hang out right next to the watchtower. So watchtowers give bonus healing, and that effect is applied to their adjacent tiles as well. So we can kind of just stay put. And our units have bonus regen for each fungal bloom that we have in the world, which at the moment is 36. So yeah, we should recover a fair amount of health, and then we can try to finish this quest off next turn. So you're good, you're good. We're doing science, we're staying alive. Can I move people? How many people could I move off of this? I wonder. Oh, everybody, actually. Okay, let's just make sure we have lots and lots of influence to work with, because we're totally going to need it. Urkin spawn? Right? Right. So this guy's going to move 3 spaces closer. So he probably will not be able to make it up onto land. Well, actually, the turbulence might help him, though. We just have to make sure that we re-Urkin the region before he can put a city down. Because, again, I don't necessarily need him getting any more powerful. Alright, red gets the black spot again. Cold War from the Mizari is concerning. So yeah, he is in fact going to be able to get on land next turn. Alright, let's just go replant the Urkin. I didn't think this was going to work. We could use this Urkin to help us with the fight that's about to occur. Did we not get any health regen at all? I thought we would heal fine in neutral territory. Like, it wasn't our territory, but I thought we would still heal because it wasn't anyone else's either. Ah, well. We have an Urkin now to help us. Things will be easier. So, reactivate the gold, reactivate the red sang. The spices we probably can't rerun. We are 2 Titan Bones off of rerunning that. And I would, I would like to have it active. Yeah, that's doable. Alright, let's do this. Hold on a second. Okay. I thought maybe this was a level on our infantry hero. Is there anything... Oh, no, that's right. We had a plan. We totally had a plan here. So, yeah. Now let's deal with this. So they have the same militia, the same zealots. This time they have an extra nameless guard, so it's just one more archer. But this time we have Urkin Lice. And I would prefer to fight this in a way such that we lose lice rather than epitanes, but honestly I don't know how much control we're going to have over that, especially since our hero's going to die on the first turn. Do love the 4 reinforcement positions, though. We're going to have an army of melee very quickly. So yeah, I think we want to just like sort of bundle up in the corner. You move to here. You hold position. You probably... Let's see. You move to here. You hold position. I'm just gonna... my main focus right now is keeping the ball of units together. You are very fast. Speed 8. So that's going to be good for us. Unfortunately, you go really late in the turn. It's super hard to tell what you'll be able to attack. Yeah, and there's so much militia in between us and the... Alright. Yeah, just fight something. I think our plan here is fight something. Okay. Solid opening trade. And hooray for our morale, overpowering their superior defenses, and then the lice come in and it starts getting really weird and ugly. Yeah, so here's where it's unfortunate. We are definitely not going to be able to keep all of our epitanes safe from their ranged. Did you just not move at all? You just decided it was better not to fight? You absolutely had targets available to you. So now that they have moved their ranged forward, we gotta like hard focus on the ranged. The whole lot of you really, really, really work the ranged. So this space will be open. Try to kill one of those things. It is a bummer that actually took that many attacks. That's a real shame. All right, good work. Oh, nice. That that actually could not have gone any better. Yeah, some people like just try to kill the ranged. Kill the ranged as best you can. I cannot believe that we managed to hold on there. We did lose some lice, but you know, we'll get them back. It's fine. And that was a huge amount of Hyperium that we earned from that quest. That was like extremely worth doing. Extremely worth rushing to do even. Alright, hopefully Blue won't be too mad at me for filling in a region that they clearly were thinking of as theirs. Do we want to just jump to this ruin down here at this point? Yeah, probably, right? to zoom in a little bit to be able to see it around the nameplate of the city. Hooray, even more science. So there's lots of stuff that we can build. It's going to be winter soon-ish. Let's get the refrigeration plant first, though. Oh, and we have population enough to build another burrow. That tile has 27 science on it at this point from all of our various city improvements. That's pretty solid. I feel okay about that one. All right. Even if we don't win, we have built a very cool and powerful city this time. So let's try this. Let's get Enlightened Trade and see if the Mycaran Remotoscope factory will allow us to get the watchtower size upgrade without having to take the intermediate tech. So we have a good opportunity here to test that thing. And then, I mean, after that, I'm probably going to grab like scientific specialization. I am starting to be concerned that we may actually find ourselves unable to compete fast enough on the diplomatic victory. Like we may not be able to stop Lilac from getting their science thing first. So I'm starting to think about other avenues that we could explore. And you know, that's one of them. What if I just also went for a science victory, but with the focus that a human player has? Because you know, anyone who knows me, obviously, would describe me as very focused. That's my whole deal, how good I am at focusing. Gosh, we do not research things very quickly. My science output is insufficient for that. I mean, you know, if we focus up, it's definitely different. So let's talk about Lilac here. How are you doing on your relationships? Okay, so you're still holding on to some pretty decent diplomatic points. Interesting that this deal is presented as almost being workable. Would you be willing to do an alliance? What if I gave you Imperial funding? And also, every object that I own in the entire world. Because if we could get an alliance with you, then I can just let you win. That would be okay with me. All right, I really don't want to give them Imperial funding. Obviously, they would get a tremendous amount of benefit from that. Can we do just peace then? Just so that I know that you won't murder me in my sleep? Not that I sleep, on account of mushroom. I will say, though, we do not have very much that they're interested in. So they have Glanda. They don't have a direct border with most of our stuff. So it does feel like they probably would not declare war on me anyway. The difference between... what do we get per turn from people that we're at peace with? We currently have 1 peace relation. So that'll make this real easy. 3. Okay. Peace is worth 3 points. So Cold War is worth 1. So we're losing 2 diplomatic points per turn for free by not being at peace with them. Maybe that's not such a big deal at this point. There's only so many turns left, and like... I would prefer to have it, but we do not, I think, need to... Oh, we are losing a ton from no longer having their trade running through, though. And that's a lot of science that they're costing us. So let's see here. If we did the Mithrite and the Hyperium, which hurts, and all of the glass steel, I don't really have that much dust to give you. Honestly, everything on the table I don't think even does the job. The Imperial funding will do it, but I'm not willing to give them that. Yeah, okay. Well, it doesn't matter whether it would be good or whether it would be beneficial, because we cannot have it. They have decided I am not allowed. It does make me a little nervous that they busted us back down to Cold War because they intend to declare war. It's not impossible. And they do have a huge, terrifying army. We've seen that a little bit. What do the stats of their units look like right now? So let's see. Their Marines are 192 attack with 228 damage, but very soft. Like, yeah, very, very easy to kill. Their Titans are low attack, but yeah, that's a lot of health. This, and keep in mind, this is an army that has no hero assigned, so they're not getting any hero army buffs. Yes, I would like to not fight them, please. Should I build this watchtower up? Probably, right? Tiles in this region are pretty valuable. We're already getting all but a couple of, well, all but like one of the tiles that we would get from that one. So that's less pressing, and this one's less pressing for the same reason. But honestly, it's probably worth it to just grab more bulk tiles, because at this point, tiles are so valuable. We have so many improvements that are pushing up the value of those things. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about the rates here. They do not seem good for us. It feels to me like we may be unable to stop the Mizari. Now, one thing that could happen, and we have to hope that it does, is that the Mizari having generated that victory notification will cause some of the other players to start thinking about sharpening blades. If we get into a situation where blue and brown turn on the Mizari, or maybe blue and green turn on the Mizari, then maybe we could engineer, if not a total loss, then at least enough of a slowdown from making them lose some cities that we could push them out. Their territory is large, their army's scary. We ran out of Moonleaf. So I need 21, right? 22 now, because I keep blooming new stuff. Well, I'm going to buy all of this before it disappears from the market. Let us go ahead and grab, I mean, this is going to be huge. Obviously, 50% extra food is really a lot. We are operating on some very large base values. I'm a little less certain about this, but I think we're going to go ahead and do it because it's easy enough for us to get influence at this point in the game. I think that's a worthwhile expenditure. If only we were one tile faster. Again, if only. All right, and then we just need you to go find some ruins. So I guess let's search this one real fast. Oh, sorry, that's not what I was trying to... Just trying to move the map around. So most of the time when players get eliminated, it's because they simultaneously annoyed the other players and got too weak. Sometimes all you need is weakness. Like if blue is looking to expand, they will devour whoever they think they can take cities off of. But a lot of the time, it's like there's another factor there. Some kind of border pressure happened, or somebody stole some pearls, and that was enough to push it over the edge. At least this has been my experience. So my point is, I don't exactly know why all of a sudden purple had to die, but we can sort of speculate that it was something like that. In particular with purple, it was probably spying. Purple is probably doing espionage actions on people. They stepped over the line just a little bit too much, and a coalition was called to prevent the spying from occurring ever again. Yeah, it seems fairly likely to me. Okay, so this stuff is all getting done. I can't imagine us needing the coastal battery, and it's going to be a minute before we're ready to build the other things, so we might refocus on science here. Takes an entire turn off of the tech. Yeah, we're we're definitely not competitive on the science victory. Out of curiosity, how much behind are we on total science output? A lot. Some. More than one by a bunch. They were north of 8,000 for a while? Criminy. We've closed the gap with green pretty well on this stuff, but it's hard to imagine being able to generate enough points in total in time. So my suspicion, based on the fact that they did not immediately complete any more technologies, is that probably they're at work on the next one. We might be able to influence other players to go to war with them. That is a thing you can ask for. But you're not even willing to consider it because you are friends with... Oh, no, because you're already at war with them. Okay, I don't have to influence anything. Everybody already decided this needed to happen. Well, since we are at Cold War with Lilac, we are able to attack their units outside of their own territory. So we can help out here. We can pick off smaller armies. I wouldn't want to go up against something like this, like a full 8 units with all of the army buffs and stuff. But like we could pick off a guardian or some kind of settler that's running around. Okay, I don't know why that's happening. We have to be careful because they can do the same thing to us. They can't attack us in our territory, but they can attack us in any other territory. So we might want to run away from that guy, but like if we came back around and just caught their weaker armies or their guardians or something in positions where they don't have reinforcements, we can contribute to the war effort without necessarily having to put ourselves in very much danger. I wonder why... I do sort of wonder what the order of events was. Did they go to Cold War with me right before everybody else went to war with them, or did they do it after? Because it would seem to me that in that position, they would want any friends they could get. But it also could be the case that they were considering breaking off the peace, and then my ally went to war with them and introduced a new negative diplomatic modifier on me for being friends with their enemy, and that was the thing that did it. That totally might be the case. One thing we can do now as well is we could take we could hire a new combat hero, take the units that are in this garrison, pop them out, and then send them over to like Tavon and pick off armies like this that are running through Tavon. So Blue has a lot of units in this area, but so does Lilac, and I feel like our friends could use some help. Also, it's worth noting that there is some kind of influence gain. I don't remember exactly how this works, but yes, allies earn influence for each unit killed in battle against an ally's opponent. So we will generate positive diplomatic feeling and extra influence for killing Lilac's units because they're at war with 2 of our allies. So yeah, let's do that. Let's buy ourselves a hero and do some things. Who is out here who would make a good combat friend? You have Army Boost 1, which is fine. A different specialized polyp. Ooh, wow. This one would make would have made a pretty okay governor. The governor we took is also good. We're getting a lot of science out of that. Army Initiative Boost 2 is pretty fun. Health Boost 2 is kind of whatever. So now that we're later in the game, a hero that has Health Boost is a lot less compelling because we can just give any hero Health Boost. And the health boost from items does not stack with this. It's the same capacity, and you can only have 1 copy of it. Damage boost 2, I think, is pretty strong, and a ranged hero is definitely very dangerous. So you're level 4, but your points are already spent in ways that are bad. So he has the stats of a level 4 hero, but he'll have the skill tree of a level 2 hero. Wayward Seago, of course, is very, very governing focused. So this one is a Sister of Mercy. There are a couple of heroes in the game who belong to the minor factions. And so she has an unusual skill tree. Oh, wow. +1 industry per approval above 100 actually would be really good for us. Bonus health regen. Increases the value of her blessing ability. Okay, that's pretty cool. Plus influence and minus cost on the garrison. Bonus damage on the hero. Food income cannot be negative. Dust income cannot be negative. So I assume it just floors these at 0. That's definitely interesting. In a long-term sense, she is kind of interesting as a governor for the single city factions. So I think we probably are just going to take the Ipsawacha. I don't love it. But to be perfectly honest with you, there just aren't very good ones available. Oh, that's right. We actually have the ability to put army damage boost 2 on heroes. We have the trinket for that. So in the same way that health boost is not very good, that is not very good. Well, that being the case, do we want to take army initiative boost 2? You're still ranged. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, Pex Care, welcome aboard. So let's make Pex Care an army on the capital. We probably don't want to give him this terrible Magte. So what I'm going to do is set all of you out. We're going to throw one more Upatane in the queue, but I'm going to upgrade them first because we moved up to a new era, so we can do tier 2 dust gear. And actually, their design was a little bit out of date anyway. Right? I don't think I want to do the tier 3 strategic stuff. 18 attack, 20 damage with 52 initiative. Yeah, it's better, but it's so expensive that I think it more than offsets the value. So do we want improved life or improved damage? We probably don't want to add... Yeah, I don't think I want to add a titanium cost to these things. So we're too broke to actually do that right now, but we could just sell... Here, we'll just sell a handful of glass steel. Alright, so give me one of those, and let's put that turn 1. Let's maybe get some things finished, shall we? I definitely care about the burrow streets more than dust filtration, but if we're not going to get them next turn either way, that's fine. Alright, so Pex isn't going anywhere just yet. Is that not... Oh, I see. It looked like the flag was here, but it's just because his flag was getting pushed out to the side by the nameplate. Or her, I guess. So, yep, her skill points are a little iffy. We're going to run up here because obviously we are interested in bonus attack on units. A bonus range on all of the Epitanes is going to be very powerful. Let's commit that. And then you definitely need some real armor. So we can do that and this stuff. We don't have a special bow for you. I have a lot of quest items, but none of them have been bows. So we can do one-handed crossbow and shield. If we're going up against... I think that's probably a good idea. If we're going up against potentially a Vaulter army, they're going to be very archer heavy because their basic unit is an archer. So 42 attack, 34 damage versus 27, 24. Yeah, the tier 3 strategic weapons are, even of the early strategics, are extremely powerful. And then we want to give you... Ideally, I would love to give you army damage boost. I think we're not going to... Yeah, we're not quite going to have the resources to do this the way I want to do it. Army health boost. All right, let's commit this. And I do think I want to give her this instead of the glass steel bow. The glass steel bow has a lot of initiative on it, but it sacrifices 20 points of damage. Yeah, I think I like this better. All right. Now, the other stuff, the speculative stuff. What would we need to have to be able to afford to put the trinkets on her that we want? We definitely want her to have movement. So that's army health boost and army damage boost. We could give her army. We could have given her army initiative boost too, I guess, from a thing. We ended up buying her just because she was ranged and had 3 skill points available, which is, you know, that's fine. We just give her improved life. All right, so that's 344 and 6 titanium. That can absolutely happen. Let's sell some resources real quick and make this happen. Or I guess we could just wait. You know, we're not moving her this turn anyway. Yeah, let's just wait a sec. We'll do that next turn. So, do I want to have you run away for fear that Lilac might attack us here? Where's the nearest ruin that I've overgrown? There actually isn't one terribly close, so we probably just want to run back along the road. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Maybe this is total cowardice, but if this army got attacked and I had to retreat, we would actually lose a unit from it. And whatever's in that ruin is not worth the risk. So let's just make sure we press this button immediately. And then we can still have one of our armies like run around over here and grab ruins and stuff while working on annoying Lilac, but oh, sure, we did in fact do that. I kind of forgot about it. Technology costs return to normal. Hooray, the spores have cleared. God, when I was out walking the dog today, I could actually see the pollen in the air. That's how dense it was. I do not care for it. The importance of raising security is definitely lessened now that we have, now that Purple's out of the game. Not that other players don't spy. We know they do, but they're less incentivized, and they probably are more interested in spying on other people than me. Do I want to just grab, like, absolute immunity from winter? Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. I'll just... This way we don't have to care too much about... Oh! The Mazzari took over that Urkin. Oh my god. Okay. That's a huge opportunity for us. Is that Urkin is out of movement, is low on health, is vulnerable, and does not have a lot of reinforcements in the area. Okay. We're gonna get an Urkin. So let's go ahead and do this stuff. And it can't teleport because there's nowhere for it to teleport to. I'm trying really hard to grab this object, and the hitchiness of the game is making it super difficult. You definitely need movement, and then we were just going to give you bonus personal health. We also want to pop out this Epitane and just the Epitane and add them to your stack. So if I teleport, I'm going to immediately not have... Yeah, this is beautiful. You should not have busted me down to Cold War. If I teleport, we run out of movement. But we are so fast running on allied roads. We'll just go ahead and make this thing happen. How dare you? This is still only stage 5 of our faction quest. It's not like doing this gives us the ability to win a wonder victory or anything, but it's a little bit of movement. Who knows? Maybe, right? We don't know how close any of the other players are to winning, really. Oh, hey, look at that. My Urkin. Oh, there was a sneaky army somewhere. There was a stealthed army. So wait, what happened to that Urkin? Now it's just loose? Okay. Well, I will admit, to some considerable surprise, I did not even think about the fact that there could be an infinitely dangerous, invisible army somehow. Okay. This is the furthest north that we can teleport to, right? That's a one-turn move. Now that it's unaffiliated, we can maybe make this happen. And there's a pretty good chance that Brown will just attack it before we get there. But there's no reason not to go for it, right? And then, you know, refill the garrison. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, I did it right the first time. Yeah, they have a stealth army somewhere. We did manage to neutralize the Urkin, but that stealth army ate me. Well, Lilac is going to be annoyed with me. I should have manualed, even though it looked like it was completely safe and trivial, just in case of something like that, because we would not have won that battle no matter what, but we could have dealt more damage. All right, who else still has movement? You need to search this. You need to search that. Hooray for all of this science. Get back in the garrison. Okay. Yeah, I'm embarrassed. I'm a little embarrassed. That's that's a little embarrassing. If the eclipse ends, we won't have enough movement to do this, so let's really hope that that does not occur. Yeah, you're still horribly wounded. And let's really hope that Brown does not choose to attack the Urkin before we have the ability to attack the Urkin. Quickly, go fast. At first possible opportunity, make with the going. Uh-oh, the game is locking up a little bit. I have executed the move order. Now I'm trying to execute the attack order as quickly as I possibly can. Please tell me all of Brown's armies are very busy and they don't have time to do the obvious thing. So, I mean, we kind of needed to attack this thing because we did need to free it. In some sense, that battle was going to have to happen. But in another very real sense, I'm still embarrassed. Come on, friend. Go. Oh, the hitching. Oh, the hitching. Looks like Brown's not committing to it. This time, my Urkin. Huzzah! We did it, and it only cost us an entire army. Our time spent studying the ways of the Urkins was not wasted. We have tamed the great beasts and learned some of their weaknesses. Now I must better understand the balance that we seek, and be ready for the endless winter. So we acquired this Talisman of Courage as well, which, I mean, whatever. I do not think that we are going to have to fight any Urkins at any point during this game, really. Deep in my slumber, away from my corporeal perceptions, I hear them. A faint babble, not unlike the gentle susurration of waves on the shore. Listen more carefully, though, and the murmur becomes more like a chorus of lullabies. They are the voices of children of Auriga, long assimilated into the Mycaran collective, and I am simply the most recent of their number, the youngest sibling. I know not their names, and even though their bodily forms have no doubt enmeshed into the mycelial fabric to such a degree that identification would be impossible without instruments of science, I can feel their heritage. Among the refrain I detect a Draken, Wildwalker, Sister of Mercy, Necrophage, even a Morgar. No doubt there are others I cannot yet discern. I imagine they are in communion, conversing, pleading, persuading, a combined influence on the intentions of the Mycara who harbors them all. They carry the history of their people, the history of Auriga. The winter grows harsher every cycle. We must sharpen our weapons and weaken our enemies, so the Mycara, and all its voices, survive. So ensure there are at least 6 Urkin upgrades unlocked between the 2 Urkins that we have. Let's look at the Urkin upgrade screen. I'm having a hard time selecting this Urkin. So 3 of them were purchased already. Yeah, we can make that happen. Spices, Titan Bones. Okay, that's extremely doable. I think we're going to stop the episode here. Green has also got a victory tech. Well, Green decided, as just like I did, that the diplomatic victory seems untenable, perhaps unlikely to occur. So Sharon is going to build me some stuff, but we're going to have to buy some resources from the market to make it happen. All of a sudden. Ah, damn it. Hey, friend, y'all got any titanium over there? Oh, you do? Oh, you do you? I would take this in exchange for... You know what? Since we are such good pals, I will give you that mithrite. I have no problem with that, actually. But, I mean, in theory, it would be better for us to give him two things that we value less. Just to put extra terms on the table. So, Dye and Red Sang. You do it for Dye and Red Sang. I just reboosted both of these, right? So we got time to build them up. Well, this is only active for 3 turns. Whatever. We'll make it work. So I will give you all of the Red Sang and then as much dye as I need to make the deal happen. Looks like maybe 30-ish? 30-ish, exactly. Ish. Okay. So that gives me this thing. Bonus to science from trade routes. And I think... So should the watchtower thing have just happened? I don't have to build anything for that? Yeah, okay. The watchtower thing did, in fact, just happen. So you can see all of the watchtowers are now gathering from all of the adjacent tiles that they can, keeping in mind that a thing in one region can never gather from a different region. So that's earned us a few extra tiles worth of goods there. That's pretty solid. I thought that was an upgrade you had to actually build. Oh, right. I forgot about the fact that during the eclipse, we could just buy stuff out. I'm just going to buy these out. Why would I wait on these? They're so good. And also, they're consuming my food. Now they are no longer eating all of our food. Yeah, and look at tiles in the home region are buffed up in so many different ways. Like each of those watchtowers is phenomenally good. I feel powerful, but I do not feel like I know how to turn this to victory. All right, so I do think we're going to stop here. I want to look at this diplomatic offer. What? Why would I? Well, you know, giving them an extra technology may be actually useful. Canal locks, though. Giving them canal locks for free. All right. Maybe we will continue to think about that one. My feeling is probably no. So, the stage of our faction quest we're on now is actually pretty late. Maybe we could get to a wonder victory. All right, it's worth considering. We had a tremendous stroke of luck there with Lilac foolishly losing their Urkin. We're still going to have to make progress on this stuff. Like, we're still going to have to help Blue win the war and everything. Yeah, it's tough. It is a tough position. I honestly have no idea who I think is likely to win this game. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, we'll see how the 100 other things I have to do today go. We will be desperately trying to keep ourselves in the game and our enemies out of it. And we'll see you then.